CEO millionaire watches twins sell toy car to save mom. Their lives will never be the same. The rain hammered against the windshield of Marcus Wellington's black Bentley as he sat in traffic outside the children's hospital. At 52, the tech billionaire had everything money could buy: a penthouse overlooking the city, vacation homes in 3 countries, and a company worth over $2 billion. Yet sitting in his luxury car, watching 2 small figures, huddled under a torn umbrella, trying to sell something to passing strangers, he felt an inexplicable pull that would change everything he thought he knew about wealth, family, and what truly matters in life. If this story touches your heart, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it today, and don't forget to comment below. Your support means everything to our trillionaire and love family. And make sure to subscribe for more incredible stories that will restore your faith in humanity. Marcus had been leaving the hospital after visiting his business partner's daughter when he noticed them. 2 boys no more than 8 years old, identical twins with messy brown hair and clothes that had seen better days. They stood at the hospital entrance, taking turns approaching people with something clutched in their small hands. The sight was so unusual, so desperate, that Marcus found himself parking his car and walking back through the rain. As he approached, he could hear their voices, high and nervous but determined. "Please, sir, would you like to buy our toy car? It's really special. It was our dad's favorite." The boy speaking had tears mixing with raindrops on his cheeks, but his voice never wavered. His twin brother stood beside him, holding a small red toy Ferrari that gleamed despite the weather, clearly well-loved and carefully maintained. The man they were speaking to shook his head and hurried past, not even glancing at what they were offering. Marcus watched as the boys' shoulders sagged for just a moment before they straightened again, approaching the next person with the same hopeful determination. "Excuse me," Marcus said softly, crouching down to their eye level. Up close, he could see they were thin. Their shoes had holes, and their jacket, they shared one jacket between them, was threadbare. But their eyes, identical bright green eyes, burned with a fierce love and determination that struck him like a physical blow. "Would you like to buy our car, mister?" the first twin asked, holding up the toy with trembling hands. "We only need $50. It's for our mom." Marcus gently took the toy car, examining it closely. It was a vintage model Ferrari, probably worth far more than $50 to a collector. The detail was exquisite, and despite being obviously played with, it had been maintained with the kind of care that spoke of deep love. "This is beautiful," Marcus said honestly. "Can you tell me why you're selling it?" The twins exchanged a look, and Marcus saw a conversation pass between them that only siblings could have. The second twin, who had been quieter, spoke up. "I'm Tommy, and this is Timmy. Our mom is really sick. She's in there." He pointed toward the hospital. "And the doctors say she needs medicine that costs a lot of money. We don't have any money, but we have this." Timmy nodded earnestly. "Our dad gave it to us before he went to heaven. He said it was special because he and our mom used to dream about riding in a car like this when they were young and poor. He said dreams are the most valuable things you can have." Marcus felt something crack inside his chest. "Where are you boys staying?" "With Mrs. Rodriguez next door," Tommy said. "She's nice, but she doesn't have much money either. She gives us soup and lets us sleep on her couch. But she can't help with mom's medicine." The weight of their situation began to dawn on Marcus. These children, barely old enough to tie their shoes, were trying to save their mother's life with the only valuable thing they owned. The toy car wasn't just a toy. It was their last connection to their father, and their desperate attempt to keep their family together. "How long have you been out here?" Marcus asked. 3 days, Timmy admitted. "Some people stop and look, but nobody wants to buy it. We keep the price at $50 because that's what the medicine costs. Mrs. Rodriguez said maybe we should ask for less, but we can't. Mom needs exactly $50. Marcus's throat tightened. In his world, $50 was less than what he spent on lunch. These boys were selling their most precious possession, standing in the rain for 3 days, for an amount that he earned every few seconds. "What's your mother's name?" he asked gently. "Maria Santos," Tommy said. "She cleans offices at night so she can take care of us during the day. But she got really sick and she can't work, and now she can't afford her medicine." Marcus stood up, his mind racing. He looked at the toy car in his hands, then at the 2 small faces looking up at him with hope and desperation. He made a decision that surprised even him. "I'll buy your car," he said, "but I have a condition." The twins' faces lit up like Christmas morning. "What condition, mister?" "I want you to come with me to see your mother first. I want to meet the woman who raised such incredible sons." The hospital corridors were bustling with activity, but Marcus barely noticed. He was focused on the two small hands that had trustingly slipped into his as they walked toward the elevator. When they reached Maria Santos's room, Marcus understood everything. She was young, probably in her early 30s, with the same bright green eyes as her sons. Even pale and weak in the hospital bed, she was beautiful in the way that strength and love make a person beautiful. When she saw her boys, her face transformed with joy and worry combined. "Tommy, Timmy, what are you doing here? You should be at Mrs. Rodriguez's house." Her voice was weak but filled with love. "Mom, we sold Dad's car," Timmy announced proudly while Tommy tugged on Marcus's hand, pulling him forward. "This nice man bought it." Maria's eyes met Marcus's, and he saw pride warring with embarrassment and gratitude. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "I didn't know they were... I've been trying to figure out how to pay for my medication. I didn't want them to worry." Marcus pulled up a chair beside her bed, still holding the toy car. "Mrs. Santos, your sons have been standing outside this hospital for 3 days in the rain, trying to sell their most precious possession to save your life. They never complained, never gave up, never asked for anything except the chance to help their mother." Maria's eyes filled with tears. "That car was the last gift from their father. He died in a construction accident 2 years ago. I can't let them sell it." "With respect, Mrs. Santos," Marcus said gently, "that's not your choice to make anymore. Your sons have already made it." He placed the toy car on her bedside table. "But I have a different proposal." He pulled out his phone and made a quick call. "Dr. Patterson, this is Marcus Wellington. I'm at the Children's Hospital with a patient named Maria Santos. I want you to make sure she gets whatever treatment she needs, and I want it covered completely. Yes, I'll handle all costs." He paused, listening. "No, this isn't charity. This is an investment." Maria stared at him in shock. "I don't understand. Who are you?" Marcus smiled, looking at the twins who were listening with wide eyes. "I'm someone who just learned what real wealth looks like. Mrs. Santos, I'd like to offer you a job. I need someone to run the charitable foundation I'm about to start. Someone who understands what it means to struggle, what it means to sacrifice, and what it means to love unconditionally." "But I just clean offices," Maria protested weakly. "You raised 2 boys who would sell their most precious possession to save their mother's life," Marcus replied. "You taught them that love means action, that family means everything, and that hope is worth fighting for. Those are exactly the qualifications I need." Tommy and Timmy looked back and forth between their mother and Marcus, trying to understand what was happening. "Does this mean Mom is going to be okay?" Tommy asked. Marcus knelt down to their level again. "Your mom is going to be more than okay, and you two are going to keep your car." He handed the Ferrari back to Timmy. "But more importantly, you've taught me something I never learned in all my years of business." "What's that?" Timmy asked innocently. "That real wealth isn't measured in dollars or cars or houses. It's measured in love, in sacrifice, in the willingness to give up everything for the people who matter most." Marcus felt his own eyes getting wet. "You boys are richer than I ever was, even when I had nothing." 3 months later, Marcus stood in the lobby of the Wellington Foundation, watching Maria Santos, now the foundation's director, coordinate aid for families in crisis. The toy Ferrari sat proudly on her desk, a reminder of the day everything changed. Tommy and Timmy ran up to him, backpacks bouncing, faces bright with health and happiness. They were living in a modest but comfortable apartment now, attending a good school. But more importantly, they were together with their mother. "Mr. Marcus," Tommy called out, using the name they'd adopted for him. "Mom says we're helping other families now, just like you helped us." "That's right," Marcus said, ruffling their hair. "And do you know why we're able to help them?" "Because you have lots of money," Timmy guessed. Marcus shook his head. "Because you 2 boys showed me that the most powerful force in the world isn't money. It's love. It's the willingness to sacrifice everything for someone else. You taught me that real success is measured not by what you gain, but by what you're willing to give. Maria approached holding a stack of case files. In the month since joining the foundation, she had helped dozens of families, always with the same fierce compassion her sons had shown that rainy day. "How many families this week?" Marcus asked. 15, she replied, smiling. "Each one different, but all of them with the same thing your boys had. Love worth fighting for." Marcus nodded, looking around the bustling foundation. The toy Ferrari caught the light from Maria's desk, a small red reminder of the day a billionaire learned what it truly meant to be wealthy. The challenges they had faced seemed insurmountable that rainy day outside the hospital. A single mother working multiple jobs, still unable to afford basic health care. 2 young boys with nothing but love and a toy car, willing to give up their last connection to their deceased father. A successful businessman so isolated by his wealth that he had forgotten what really mattered. But they had overcome every challenge through the most powerful force on earth, love that demands action. Maria's love for her sons had driven her to work herself into exhaustion. The twins' love for their mother had driven them to stand in the rain for 3 days. And witnessing that love had driven Marcus to remember that true wealth lies not in what we accumulate, but in what we share. The foundation grew, helping thousands of families, but Marcus never forgot the lesson learned that day. Real wealth isn't about having everything you want. It's about being willing to give up everything for the people you love. It's about understanding that the most valuable things in life, love, family, hope, sacrifice, can't be bought, but they can be lived. As Marcus watched Tommy and Timmy helping their mother organize donation boxes, he smiled. These 2 little boys, who had once stood in the rain trying to sell their most precious possession, had given him something worth far more than all his billions combined. They had given him the understanding that true success is measured, not by what you achieve for yourself, but by what you enable others to achieve for the people they love. This incredible story reminds us that wealth isn't measured in dollars, but in the depth of our love and the lengths we'll go to for our family. If this touched your heart like it touched mine, please show your support by hitting that like button, sharing this video with someone who needs to hear it, and leaving a comment below about a time when love motivated you to do something extraordinary. Don't forget to subscribe to Trillionaire in Love for more stories that prove love truly is the greatest treasure of all. Your support helps us share these powerful messages with the world.